September is a breakthrough month that releases stagnant energy and moves anything forward that has been sluggish or stalled. There are two powerful eclipses that will engage us to ascend to a new timeline, as well as a DNA activation gateway to anchor earthly embodiment of our divine mission. Overall, we have the opportunity to release the victim archetype, the old paradigm of living, and live in the fifth-dimensional true self, as well as remove any energetic blocks or karmic imprints to fully align with our unique calling/talents and ascension process. New beginnings are on the horizon and deeper connection with others, while any relationships that are not in alignment will fade away, along with supportive shifts so that we deeply love ourselves and the life which surrounds us, attract more abundance, while easing constrictions surrounding self-deprecating beliefs, stories, self-doubt, karmic looping, and indoctrination. Now, as a young adult, you have learned to perform in the right way, or you find yourself in an endless and probably losing battle with authority. Are you free to do whatever you want each day? Number. You are now programmed to do what you should do. If you don't perform as your mind now tells you that you should, there may be horrible consequences. You won't be able to support yourself. You will not be acting in a responsible way. You will not be doing something useful with your life. You may lose your house, your car, your loved ones. You will have no future. You will die homeless and friendless, a total failure. People won't love you. They won't even want to be around you. You have to follow the societal expectations or you will be ostracized. This is what happens in the land of freedom. Young children who want to do nothing but play and explore the world about them are trained to be automatons. The concerns now are to have health insurance, which requires you to hold down a job, and society tells you through advertising and less subtle nudges that you are what you own. You are defined by your car, clothes, home, electronic gadgets, physical appearance, and that of any partner you might have. You may choose to stay in a marriage because you think you will be judged as a bad person if you divorce, particularly if children are involved, and you might face losing your health insurance. This is freedom. You may have a mortgage, student debt, and your credit cards are loaded, or maybe you struggle along with little as you spend frugally and avoid costs for things that might be enjoyable. You trudge ahead, doing what others, what experts, what authorities tell you to do. Whatever we empower with our thoughts, words, actions, and feelings, we bring into form. We need to create the vision of what we want life on earth to be like, and then we need to set about creating that new reality. In addition to empowering the vision of heaven on earth with our every thought, word, action, and feeling, we have the ability to serve as surrogates on behalf of all humanity. Since all life is interconnected, when we lift into a higher level of consciousness or transmute an aspect of our consciousness that no longer serves our highest good, we have the ability to lift and transmute the collective consciousness and energies of all humanity as well. As we transmute our own obsolete behavior patterns, we can ask the I Am Presence of every man, woman, and child to lift up their consciousness and to transmute their behavior patterns simultaneously. The universal law is simply ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door will be opened. Because of the intensity of the challenges humanity is going through at this moment, the company of heaven is asking awakened light workers around the world to utilize the collective cup of humanity's consciousness to co-create a force field of comprehensive divine love that will perpetually envelop the earth and all life evolving upon her. This will greatly assist in shifting the mass consciousness of humanity by empowering the oneness of all life. As the infinite love of God floods into the hearts and minds of unawakened souls, they will be able to raise their heads above the chaos and confusion. As they awaken, they will live the truth of their oneness with all life. Dear one, go within and ask the presence of God pulsating in your heart to reveal to you your part in this divine plan. If you feel the heart call to participate, please join with fellow lightworkers from around the world. Weave your radiant light into the chalice of this divine mission and offer to serve as a surrogate on behalf of your brothers and sisters in the family of humanity. Prepare to release the residue of the behavior patterns that no longer serve your highest good as you pave the way for an unprecedented shift of consciousness. Embracing our lover and magical child archetypes this month will allow us to release any fear to experience the sweetness of life again. Inner freedom is expanding so that we can reclaim our divine biology and sacred self. Add to this, we are in a time of constant moment-to-moment choices, with people being tested in different ways. With the New Earth timeline, we are being initiated into present moment awareness, such as fully seeing our patterns to understand that the past only has as much influence over us as we choose to give it, and the future is not yet written, or honing healthy boundaries so that we do not enable others and take responsibility to create our reality. Every event challenges us to stay present and grounded as rapid change occurs around and in us. All is ascending on earth, and we are asked to be the heart-lead-wise advocate, while being in our compassionate, innocent self to break free of all boundaries and pioneer a new, expansive, soulful path. In deep gratitude for our ability to serve life on this sweet earth, let's join together and co-create a unified force field of comprehensive divine love. This force field will be far more powerful in its impact on humanity's global consciousness than any of the other humanly generated force fields of energy perpetuating the serious problems facing us on this planet. It is a universal law that if the inner conditions or forces within humanity's global consciousness are transformed through love, the outer conditions of the world will proceed to reflect the divine plan for the earth. The divine plan for the earth is a living, active, all-powerful force field that will produce perfection if not interfered with through lower human free will. In the heavenly realms, the beings of light work purely and precisely with the great forces of cause, knowing full well that the effects will take care of themselves. Most of us are currently trying to manage effects in our lives, rather than focusing on the cause which will truly change the situation from within. Perhaps you are fortunate enough to be raised in a religion. Then the church tells you what is right and wrong, as well as what will happen to you if you are good and what will happen if you do wrong. There are all of these rules for you to live by. Even if you were not raised in a religion, you were still infused with a moral sense, still taught what is right and what was wrong. Perhaps you were raised with scientific beliefs. What you are taught is that science is what smart people have studied and proven, and that it describes how the world truly works. Science tells you that you have to protect yourself from disease through taking vaccinations and other shots, as well as eating certain medicines if the prevention fails to work. It tells you what you should eat and how you should treat the environment, as well as suggesting that science cannot prove the existence of any God, and that anything it has not proved cannot be trusted to be right. Again, we have rules for how to live your life. Where is the freedom? A funny thing about science is that a true scientist accepts nothing he is taught as absolute truth. Everything is questioned.